Hey there! Welcome to this instructional video series on how to use the Vision to Victory Planner. I used to be the most undisciplined, inconsistent person on the planet. My friends used to call me Blake the Flake. Then one day I decided I had had enough and that I needed to change. Over time, I created what I believe to be the most effective and efficient planner ever made. Using this system, I was able to gain 50 pounds, actually started chasing my dreams, and most importantly, start loving myself. If you're ready to start making changes in your life to reach your goals and achieve your dreams, let's jump right into this. I've broken this program down into 3 steps to try to make it easy for you to follow along. Let's quickly go over them. Step 1 is to fill out the long-term goals and routines sheets. Step 2 is the weekly planning portion, and step 3 is the daily planning portion. In your planner, these sheets are all in order that you're supposed to complete them. Let's start with step 1, long-term goals and routines. The very first thing you need to do in creating your vision to victory is figure out what you want out of life. So the first step in the program is to fill out the long-term goals sheet, or sheet A. Some sheets in this planner should be filled out on certain days or at certain times, but you can fill out this one whenever you want. However, it's important that it is the very first thing you do. Think about what you want your life to look like down the road, then write down some goals for 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year into the future. We start here because knowing your long-term goals will help you know what you need to focus on each week. You'll see that this sheet is perforated. That's because once you fill it out, I highly recommend you tear it out of the planner and hang it somewhere on your wall so you see it every day. Seeing these sheets every day is essential to the Vision to Victory program. You should also read these goals out loud to yourself every day. So I also recommend adding that to your morning and evening routines on the routines sheet, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so now here are some tips on writing goals that I have found to be effective. Tip number 1, focus on your overall state of being and situation. The most effective goals, in my experience, have been about what kind of person you want to be, what you want your life to look like, and most importantly, how you will feel. While it's great to be specific with your goals, the most important thing to know is who you want to be and how you want to feel. So if you write, I will be making $20,000 or more per month, make sure you also include, and I will feel financially free. By concentrating on your future state of being and embodying the emotions associated with achieving it, you align yourself with the energy needed to attract that reality. This is a manifestation technique, and it really works. Tip number 2, be sure to include all the different aspects and areas of your life. Make sure to include areas like spiritual, mental and emotional, physical, financial, educational, career, social, and character traits that you want to have or change. Tip number 3, write your goals like you will achieve them with certainty. Instead of writing, I want to be confident, charismatic, and more outspoken, write, I will be confident, charismatic, and outspoken. This helps you visualize your future and what you will look like in it. You can check out the long-term goals example sheet on page 6 for some inspiration on how to choose and write goals. The second sheet you need to fill out in your planner is the routines sheet, or sheet B. Now that you know what your goals are, you should have an idea what you should include in your daily routines. Routines are small actions that you do every day that, when done consistently, compound into big results. Routines keep you moving forward even on days when you don't feel motivated. They also take away the burden of having to think about what you should do and give you stability and predictability. James Clear, the author of the best-selling book Atomic Habits, said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Here are some tips on choosing daily routines. Tip number 1, start small. If consistency isn't your shadow, only choose as many routine tasks as you think you can commit to. Even if your only routine task is something like drink a glass of water in the morning, just write it down and see if you are able to stick to it every day. Tip number 2, choose simple actions. A powerful routine doesn't have to be complex. It just needs to be consistent. Consistency is how we get good at things. Practicing the piano for 15 minutes once per day is way more effective than practicing for 2 hours once per week. Once you start doing your routines, make sure you check them off as you do them. I like to hang this sheet on my wall as well because it makes it easy to check off the tasks every time I walk past it. If you want to occasionally skip a routine task, for example, when you have a rest day from the gym or when your room is already clean and you don't need to clean it, write a little S inside the checkbox to show that you intentionally skipped that task for the day. At the end of the week, you'll look at how consistent you were in doing your routines and give yourself a grade at the bottom of the sheet on how you feel you did. This is a very important step because holding yourself accountable is one of the most important aspects of the Vision to Victory Planner. All right, that's it for the routines sheet. It's pretty simple, right? You can check out the routines example sheet on page 8 for some inspiration on what your routines sheet might look like. There are also some extra routines sheets in the back of the planner if you decide to adjust your routines at any time. After filling out the long-term goals and routines sheets, the next step is the weekly planning portion of the planner, which we'll cover in the next video. I recommend you start your weekly planning session on Sunday evening. So if you'd like, pull up the next video on Sunday evening so we can do our weekly planning together. See you then.